This is when I stopped matchmaking. I've told you guys this before. I stopped matchmaking because I had a different standard for men than I realized that a lot of women had. A lot of single women have these standards that are crazy. And I met my husband, and when I was matchmaking, I realized that the women, my female clients, would have not even given my husband a chance. They wouldn't have dated him. Because my husband is a good man, a solid man, right? A strong man. I mean, my husband, but literally, it was like, I realized that's not what a lot of these women are looking for. And you know, I've done videos about this, about how women and their expectations of men have gotten so ridiculous.
Y'all have caused the dating coaches and matchmakers to throw in the damn towel. We know how people can fumble the bag, but the majority of today's women have fumbled husbands. You had a good man locked in with you. Things were going well. Everything was happy. But then you thought the grass was greener on the other side. Your control issues and your crazy high expectations caused you to sabotage your own relationship. And then you wanted to circle back around. But it was too late. He's moved on because there's always an abundance of women for men. A lot of you don't even understand that was your husband until 5, 10, 15 years later. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
He says that black women are just bitter and black women are just mad because they're dating white women, and white women are easier to deal with and black women are difficult. And in reality, black women don't even care. Like, it's
we
like,
don't give a fuck. Like, we literally do not care.
We want someone that wants us back.
Period.
And if it's not going to be black men, that's why all the black women are starting to date white men.
Period.
And they say, let me know if it's true, because I haven't. I feel like a lot of black women say, like, I am treated at such a higher standard,
yeah,
than when I've dated black men, and that they're like, I'm not going back.
And there's the black woman's problem in a nutshell. You don't give a fuck. And not only do the black men see it, but the whole world sees it. You're disagreeable, you're argumentative, you lack feminine qualities, and majority of the time, you bring another man's seed into the equation. 4 out of 5 of you are obese or overweight. 50% of you are walking around with an STD, whether that's herpes or some other STD. These are the numbers. So it's not that we don't want you. You're making it very hard for us to choose you and settle down with you and be with you. And if you think you can run away from accountability by being a divester, you're going to get a wake-up call. You're going to get your feelings hurt. Hit the button.
Noticed you had a lot of thoughts on feminism. I'm a feminist, but I was just wondering, how do you differentiate between the extremism that exists in feminism, as it does across, you know, multiple different ideologies, but how do you differentiate between the extremism and how, you know, feminists like me think?
You see something like feminism, and once upon a time, you know, women were fighting for the right to vote. Well, now we have that. We have equal footing, and now they're using those terms. They're hiding behind the shield of feminism, and they're doing actually horrible things in society. And I blame feminists for almost every ill that we have right now, because they've encouraged people not to act as a woman, and they bash men all the time. And I think that they have contributed the most to the breakdown of family in terms of an ideology. About literally the fact that women are no longer, like, they're by and large all climbing the corporate ladder, and that children are being ceded over to the state. Offer to you that there's never been a more remarkable time to be a woman in this society. By every statistic, we are doing better than men. That's a fact, right? Men have a higher, we are graduating at a higher rate than men. Men have higher suicide rates. That's why I said to you, despite how you're feeling, what are the real world implications that suggest to you that you are somehow beneath men? So are these the things that you're fighting to end sexual assault?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, great. You don't have to be a feminist to fight to end sexual assault.
You don't have to be,
men and women.
Feminism is responsible for most of the ills that we see in society today. I keep telling you ladies that you won. You got everything that you fought for. But it seems to me that victory doesn't look so sweet. It looks like long hours, doing a lot of things solo, foregoing motherhood, marriage, family. There's nothing more anti-family than feminism.
I told y'all that women should be dating 2 to 3 men, and the amount of women that wrote me saying 2 to 3, oh my God, that's exhausting, that's tiring, 2 to 3, hell, I can't even find one. Where you find one at? And I'm so concerned for y'all, because I'm trying to figure out why are y'all so exhausted. You should be choosing up, baby. It's not a man on this earth that is exhausting me. It's not one man that I'm dating that it is laborious, okay, to date him, all right? You have to choose up. You should be choosing up financially, period. You should be choosing up an emotional maturity. You should be choosing up and vibes and quality of life. If anything, nothing should be happening, but life is getting better for you. Those bags that you're carrying, it should be less for you to do, baby. I'm not understanding why y'all truth is I'm tired. What is going on? Choose up, my love. Everything should be increasing.
What she's saying doesn't come as a shock nor a surprise. She's doing what most women do on social media. Only difference is she's saying it out loud. She says to always juggle 2 to 3 men at a time. How do you ever expect to find a husband when you ran through all of the elasticity in your vaginal canal depleted? Disgusting. My favorite red pill book of all time says, "For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit."
This your husband?
Soon to be ex, but yes, I know him. I do.
Is this your wife?
Legally, yes.
This is your wife. You guys aren't divorced.
No.
She said that she was divorced.
We have our first mediation April 4th.
So you are still legally married to him?
Unfortunately, yes.
So you lied to us.
I didn't lie to you. So here's the thing. I didn't know what there's no shade to you. I didn't know who you were. I'd never seen your show. It was the first time I ever joined your show. Somebody kept
Girl, that got nothing to do with a question of you.
I didn't know. This is what I'm saying is I didn't know your requirements to be on the show was like, oh, you.
But that don't matter anyway.
So okay. Yes.
So you lied because the question: do you have 3 children?
She said she had 2 kids. She has 3 kids. She has a daughter who's 26. She has a granddaughter who's 10. So that was inconsistent.
Do you have any children?
I do. I have 2 boys.
2 boys. How old are your boys? Huh?
17 and 10.
17 and 10. Are they both by the same man?
No, they're not.
Okay.
I mean, how manipulative and deceptive can you be? I'm going to go ahead and say it, bruh. Women lie way more than men. I've seen it firsthand over and over and over. It's like, you ain't got to lie to me, bitch. We know you just a concubine at best. Only good for catching tea bags.
And for you high value men that think that it's high value to work for the city, let me tell you something. You're absolutely wrong, all right? No police officers, no firefighters, no construction workers, no mailmen, no post office. If you consider that a high value man, you're absolutely wrong, okay? There's nothing high value about making $70,000 a year. You men that think working for the city is high value.
You talking so loud and so much that we can smell your breath through the damn phone. And if that box smells anything like your breath, then good night. Coming on here talking shit with the edges of a 15-year-old high school dropout. How would you know the value of anything when you yourself are visibly trash? Humble thyself before the Lord thy God.
Black men, I'm going to say it from me to you. This is just straight up. Black women, 80% of them, they don't like you. 80%, I'm probably sure it's more, but at least 80% of black women in this day and age, it don't matter how old or young they are, they have a general dislike and hatred for you. That's your real climate, brother. See, I'm not telling you something that you ain't already felt. I'm telling you something that you know. I think it's more too. I truly think it's more too. I think it's more too. And I'm tired of being the one that's not talking about it. I've said this. This is one of the main reasons I don't have a lot of black female friends. I really don't, y'all. I don't. I couldn't imagine what it would be like as a black man. I can't bond with y'all, sis. I cannot bond with y'all when you have a general dislike and vitriol and hatred for our male counterpart. Do you not understand how goddamn psychotic that is?
Thanks for the heads up, sis, but we already know. That's why it takes forever for the average American to get their passport, because black men got the system so jammed up that it takes months upon months to get the process done. Black women remain the most unmarried, single moms, while the black men are checking out at an alarming rate and now just leaving the country altogether. It's not looking good, man. So where do we go from here? How do we fix this? Because I know that this was written about, this is prophecy.
Is it just me, or you be talking to somebody or even dating somebody, right? And be so in love, like just love this motherfucker. See absolutely no wrong in them, just love them. Then one day you're just like, I don't like you no more. We could be having a good day. And I just be like, I don't like you no more. I don't like the person you are. I don't like the way you move. I don't like the way you think. I just don't like you. So I want to leave. Just like that. Like, I want to go. I don't want to talk anymore. Is that just me?
No, ma'am. Actually, it's not just you. And the scary part is, it's not uncommon for women to do this in fully committed marriages, destroying families, destroying men, and destroying children based on how they feel. You see, modern women's hypergamous nature has been allowed to run wild. Once a man commits to a woman and goes weak for her, she feels like she can get someone a little bit richer, a little bit better looking. She always feels like she can do better once she gets that man to commit. And I think it's problematic today. This is why the marriage rates are so low and the divorce rates are so high.
I am a proud single mother of 2 lovely girls, and my focus right now is my babies and building an empire for them, because at least hawata kutoka na kita kuramba wakikutoka. So that's why I'm a very proud mother of 2. And I feel like sometimes the society, you diminish mothers, single mothers, that they are single mothers. I am no less of any other woman. I am not less of any other girl out there. I am more than enough, because I also have a generation behind me, and I am so proud of being a single mother. And you should also be proud to be a single mother. You know what, the kind of peace that comes with being a single mother. Sure, so I'm so proud of who I am, and I want to teach my girls it is fine.
Put the wine glass down. Single motherhood is not a flex, nor is it anything to be proud of. Now, she's Kenyan, I believe, but this is the philosophy that has single-handedly destroyed the Black American community. She also says she has 2 young girls that she's going to teach this ideology to as well. I get a lot of comments from Africans of many different countries saying, oh, well, it's only Black American women who act in this manner. I got news for you. If your country has internet connection and access to social media, the mindset of the modern Western woman is coming to a country near you. It's going to spread like a cancer. So don't think your people are exempt. Female nature is female nature.
So we got Diamond Charlotte, 38 Libra, a nurse, mom to 7 kids, by 4 people, 3 men, and then she had a serious situation with her ex-girlfriend, correct?
Yes, which is my best friend.
Is her best friend. Now, so are you bisexual, Diamond?
Oh, my charger did something weird. So like I tell everyone, I would be a liar to say I'm not. I started with women, I ended with women, but I had my children with the men that I was with. So technically, I would never say that I was 100% lesbian. That would be confusing and a lie.
So, okay. So are you tonight looking for a man or a woman?
I'm looking for a woman. That's my preference.
Oh, thank God. Ladies, she's all yours. Why do you all wait till you're close to 40 years old, 7 kids, 4 baby fathers, and then you want to settle down? You should have been doing that 3 baby dads ago. And now you're looking for a woman. And it's funny because lesbian couples break up more than gay male couples and traditional straight couples. It's just confusion all the way around. So I made a post on Mother's Day that upset a lot of people. It reads as follows. Mother's Day should be canceled in the Black community until more wives exist that take pride in the success of their traditional families. Pretty straightforward, right? But here's what a few trigger people had to say. Oh, these are just incels with mommy issues. Ma'am, I'm a former athlete that's been all around the world playing the game that I love. How dare you? I've handled more box globally than FedEx, bitch. Furthermore, my mother was married when she had me. I couldn't ask for a better mom. I'm talking about you hoes, who's out here being single mothers by choice, or breaking up your existing happy home because you unhappy about something trivial. This is a breakdown in the Black community. And it's due to women's selfishness, their unhappiness, and bad decision making. Women are filing all of the divorces and breaking up all of the happy homes. This is a fact. All you have to do is look at the stats. So single mothers by choice and home wreckers shouldn't be celebrated, in my opinion. All Mother's Day is goddess worship. Who are the goddesses that think they should be worshiped and praised? Black women. We're done celebrating dysfunction. What's the biggest problem in the Black community? The breakdown of the Black family. What's the biggest problem? in American society, the breakdown of the family. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And right now, the Black community is the weakest link.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. That's my best friend.
If he's your best friend, why can't y'all work it out and have a family?
Because we tried it, it didn't work, and life goes on.
What's the biggest issue? Is it him being? I mean, my assumption is maybe infidelity.
No, it was just too many. I'm jealous, so it was just too many females. Just a lot of females.
Is that infidelity? So was he okay? Was he acting on the females?
That he ain't had no business talking to, and it was just too much for me. So I told him he had to go his separate way, and I went mine. But we still the best of friends.
Just one question. Yeah, I understand because you're a Taurus, and jealousy is a Taurus trait. So, yeah. But let me ask you this: was he talking? Was he acting on actions, or was it flirtation, or did he just have a lot of female friends? Did he cheat?
It was just more so flirtatious. Things that we talked about that was a deal breaker for me was happening to me, so I just left it alone.
You know your man more than me. I don't know anything, right? So all I can know is what you're saying. I don't know. Again, I don't know if he's a good man, but I know y'all got 3 kids together. And yes. From what you're telling me, he didn't physically cheat.
Correct. As far as I'm concerned.
As far as you're concerned. So if that's the case, you let those women win then. Because I'm quite sure they knew about you. If they was flirting with your man, they probably didn't want you to be happy. Didn't want y'all to be together. You got 3 kids by him, and now they get to try to pursue him. You let them win.
That's okay. Sometimes you gotta have winners, sometimes you gotta have losers. I lost that game. It's all right. We must move on, you know?
All right, boo, let's do the Kendra Kim.
All right, y'all. Don't laugh at my outfit. I just came from a graduation.
Oh, God, look at that booty. That's how you got them 3 babies.
Something like that. Don't tell nobody, Kendra.
I thought when you turned around, like, I already knew how it was going on. I want to say this, though, V. Some men might say, you have 3 kids, but you have a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, so the one's over 5. What would you say to the man that might be concerned that you have 3 young kids?
That he would probably have an issue with meeting the child's father, but he has to just be a stand-up man, be righteous in God to even understand the situation that I have. So that's about it.
Okay. When was your last relationship?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer. Oh, y'all broke up when you had your baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Why? You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I don't want to answer.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Getting angry fast. Giving someone the benefit of the doubt, and not learning to jump to conclusions right then and there.
Let me say this, and I've been fighting against saying this because I feel like I'm gonna get backlash. So I don't even want to say it, but my spirit is like, say it. You need to say it. We were talking earlier about your situation, and I don't know all the details, so I really can't speak. But I do feel like sometimes that's why I understand. Like, listen, domestic violence, get your ass on. There ain't no conversation. Anything that you are not safe in, get out of that. I will be the first to say there's no reason to even try to save it because your livelihood is up for grabs. But I think what people got to realize, there's no perfect relationships, right? And no matter what, you're going to go through something with the next person. It's not like you meet a person and then they're perfect and life is great. So, but I'm also not saying this as a scare tactic. So I want to be clear. I'm not trying to scare someone to stay in something that's not serving them. But I also want them to be aware that when you go out to look for a new person, you're still going to deal with stuff, right? So now you might, I don't know, like it seemed like, that's why I asked your baby daddy cheat. Because if it's just, I don't know if he's real attractive, and because listen, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like I'm a girl's girl, but I see with my own eyes. Yeah. Ladies be out here trying to get ladies be out here trying to get your man, whether y'all know it or not. I see it with my own eyes. If you got an attractive guy, yes, he needs to be disciplined, but we don't talk enough about how women will approach and how women won't respect. And again, it still falls on him, you know, to respect his relationship with you or whomever. But I just feel like I think the biggest thing with single people is you're looking for perfect, and people in relationships know the truth. Like nothing's perfect. We just decided to work through bullshit.
Right.
Right. So that's all. But
So you have 3 children by one man, all under the age of 10 years old. And you break up this family because you say he was flirting with other women. Not even cheating, but just speaking with other women. You decided to become a single mother by choice. You put your children at a severe disadvantage on purpose, taking them away from their father just because of a verbal interaction. Something's just not adding up with this situation. Kendra knows it, and I know it. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. What the hell is going on? Look at this comment. It says that she cheated on my homeboy with his best friend, Roy. Oh, shit, you bald-head scallywag. Ain't got no hair in the back. So that's why you're not going back to your children's father, because you can't go back to your children's father. You're a cheating 304. And these are the type of women that went out and celebrated Mother's Day a few weeks back. This is a prime example why I say we should cancel that holiday. She says that there are winners and losers. Her and the millions of women out there just like her are some serious losers. And we need to cancel Mother's Day altogether. Go find a treadmill. You big bald-headed bitch. Divorced mom to 4 with 2 baby dads says don't even DM her if you make less than $150K. Check it out.
so we got Shaw, San Antonio, Texas, 36, Gemini. She has mom of 4 kids by 2 men, was married twice. So you were married both of your children's dads.
Yes.
Okay. And she's a consultant and a student?
Yes, I'm in graduate school right now.
Okay, you got beautiful skin. Let's get into this.
Thank
What
you.
kind of man you looking for, honey?
I'm looking for a man who's stable, who's happy, and who is ambitious.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
If he has children and he's never married, the baby mom, that's a deal breaker for me. And if he can't afford to live the life that I can live.
If he can't afford, ooh. So what amount of money would it take to afford the life that you live?
He has to make at least $150K.
Okay. He has to make at least $150K. Okay. Ooh, Shaw, you know that's big money, Shaw.
Not necessarily.
Woo! Let it be known. Okay. So you got to make at least $150K. So just for clarification, if he made $80,000, don't DM you.
No.
The ladies tonight ain't biting their tongue. They being direct. I don't know. Is this something in the water, child? Because the women coming on my show, clear, ain't stuttering.
We have woken up. So I think it's important. I think for a long time, women have just accepted what they felt like they could get. And many of them could have gotten more had they actually been. It's like, you know, back in the day when they said, if people knew that they were slaves, a lot more of them could have been freed. Black women have woken up at this point. We know that we can do better than what we've done in our past. And so that's what we're going for.
So I'm assuming both of your ex-husbands made $150K or more.
No, neither of them did. I married young. I married at 19 or 20. And we met in college, and neither of us at the time had money. We were young. I had 3 kids. Well, I became a mom to 3 kids in 1 year. My oldest son, I adopted him. And then I gave birth to my 2 biological kids next in line. And so, no, he didn't have a lot of money at the time. Now he does very well for himself. He's older. And I'm not looking to date someone who's in their young 20s. So I would expect that any man who reaches out to me, he has also done well for himself at this age.
Okay. Shaw, this is going to be said, so I'm going to let you respond to it. Okay.
Mhm.
I know they're going to say, you know, you were married to 2 men, had children by 2 men who didn't make 150K, and now you're a mom of 4. Granted, they're not that young. Your kids are 18, 14, 13, and 6. Now you're a mom of 4, and you want the next man to, I guess, in so many ways, make more income than the men you were married to and had children by. So what's your response to that?
Well, it would be foolish for anyone to have the same standard they had at 18 years old when they're 36. I don't know. That's kind of a nonsensical question for the people who would ask that.
Oh, they're going to say it. Absolutely, this is going to be said. This is why I wanted you to respond to it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would I go for this? Why would I have the same standards when I'm 18 as I would have when I'm 36?
Let me speak from, I guess, that mindset. And that mindset, when I read the comments, and I've been doing the show for 4 years, basically a man that makes 150K, do you want to get married again?
I would like to.
Okay, so it will be a man that would have to accept you and your 4 children, essentially.
Yeah.
So the method, the mindset is, why would a man who makes 150K, you know, potentially marry a woman that has 4 kids, and her baby daddies or her ex-husband, because you were actually married, they didn't even make that requirement. So why, as a man that I have it, should I align myself with that? That's what I see in the comment section.
I understand 2 things. One, why would the man compare himself to someone that I chose when I was very young? That doesn't make sense, because they're not his competition. And 2, why wouldn't that man want me? Why wouldn't he want me? Look, let me speed this up. This is the
let me do the Kendra Cam now. Wait, move back a little bit. So she said, why would a man want?
I'm fit, I'm gorgeous, I'm intelligent. I attend Harvard University. I'm very successful in my own right, especially because I have 4 children.
Ma'am, you are just okay, average. You're so thirsty to show those little petite cheeks because these men have been gassing you up. You think you the prize out here. You twice divorced with 4 kids, 2 baby fathers. At 36 years old, your value does not go up as you age. When you were 18 years old, you were much more valuable. 18 to 25 to be exact. That's when you can demand the world. But you women are out here hustling backwards. You want to twirl around for the world to see. All you're going to get is a skeet and skedaddle, a smash and dash. You're looking for a relationship, but your body count is just going to go up. Y'all get on there very arrogant, very self-centered. You don't say nothing that's appealing for a man to actually take you serious. And with 4 kids by 2 men, you need to be just as humble as you can be. You're already fit. Just be friendly. Show that you can be a sweetheart. But no, you want to say, oh, I'm going to Harvard University. I'm educated with a career and I work too much. Ma'am, a man that's making $150,000 does not want that, especially from a woman with 4 kids by 2 men. He's going to be looking for a 26-year-old woman with no kids. That's what you're competing with in the dating market. Ma'am, you're out your goddamn mind.
Look, black women, you have a 26% chance of getting married in your entire lifetime. It doesn't matter if you marry out of your race. It doesn't matter if you marry same sex. You have a very small chance of getting married. Number 2, up to 40%, I said 40%, of the kids that's tested is not the man's kid. That is a fact. We're not saying 40% of children. We're saying 40% of kids that's tested is not the man's child. So any woman that want to get up there and dispute that is insane. Third, women, stop acting like your stuff don't stink. You are no better in these marriages. You keep saying what men do, what men got to do, what men got to do, but what are you doing for these men? As a matter of fact, the men that you complain about, you raised them. And I don't mean generational wise, I mean just gender wise. We're raising the type of men that we complain about.
I agree with her wholeheartedly. Everything that she just said was right and exact. So this is what I'm going to do on this page. I'm going to show more love to women that speak the truth, that seem to be grounded in reality. Because this ain't men versus women over here. This is good versus evil. This is right versus wrong.